we had the youth ambassadors at the European Development Days, and this was something new that we did. And it was something that we really wanted to do because we felt that it was important to involve young people in the event. Now, we wanted to do that for several reasons. First of all, I feel that from a communication point of view, if you have young people with their enthusiasm, with their energy, with their new points of view, this lends itself to a much better event. And also, since we were engaging a lot more with social media, it's important to have this kind of fresh energy interjected into this whole discussion. Now, on a substance point of view, it was also important because we know that whatever we decide after 2015 towards 2030 or 2050, when we discuss development, when we discuss sustainable development, when we discuss poverty eradication, those are the people that will lead the world tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And so they need to be in that discussion right from the start. So that's why we took this step, which was the first step, to have these people. Now, we selected them together with NGOs that we work closely with. And that's important. That was really important to me because I want to know that these are young people who actually go out on a daily basis and do this kind of work. I wanted to make sure that these were young people who were passionate about the work that they are doing and who had some credentials from the work that they have been doing so far. So for that reason, it was important that we could work with civil society organizations who could vouch for these young people and who knew them and could be sure that they would have the good quality input into the discussions. I think what really struck me when I met the young people, first of all, was their enthusiasm and their knowledge and their willingness to change the world. I find that as one grows older, you sometimes lose a little bit your sense of injustice. And I see that is very strong in children, in young people. The sense of injustice and the wish to make the world a more equal place is strong. And I think that's good. You need that kind of indignation a little bit in the discussions. I think as well that it's important that when we are discussing for the future, that we make sure that we bring in young people in the discussion, that it is not the usual people sitting around the table discussing this. I think it's important that you let young people have a voice. What also struck me was something that I reflected on from another point of view, is that I met all of these young people from around the world, and I took time to also explain something about the European Union. And when you explain what the European Union is about, the fact that you as a young person can travel freely, you don't need a visa, you can go and study in whatever country you want, you can live in whatever country you want, you can work in whatever country you want, that was something that really resonated with them, because they were all internationally minded young people. They would like to do this, but the sheer problems of practical problems of traveling to another place, studying in another place, living in another place, is something that we take for granted in the European Union, but that we once in a while have to remind ourselves about, that this is actually something which is very unique for the rest of the world.